I'm still wearing the Vancouver Opera t-shirt. That was in another video, I was wearing that. Oh, I normally point over here when I refer to the past, but I guess if this is going to be on YouTube, I guess I should point that way for that to be accurate to the perspective of the person watching it. But yeah, I don't know why I always think of the past as being to my left. Weird. But, oh, no, it's not that weird. It doesn't make sense. You read like that, as in, like, the future is coming up over here. And if I need to go back and catch up on something, I go back over here. And, timelines function like that in editing software. The past is over here and the future is over there. So, yeah, it makes sense. It's not that weird. It has a lot to do with how I receive fiction and how I craft fiction. That's what crafting looks like, in case you've never seen crafting. It's just a big warehouse full of people doing that. Wow, it's remarkable. This video has been going for a minute and I have successfully talked about nothing. Jeez. What did I want to talk about though? I'm wearing the Vancouver Opera t-shirt from the previous video. Would I make a whole video about that? No. The actual thing I wanted to talk about was just briefly recap like what's up with me and what I'm working on. Mostly for the sake of future Aidan. I have a theory that if I keep losing weight like I've been doing, I'm gonna look better in the future, and I think it would be funny to have like lots and lots of videos. And so like, I can see like, oh yeah, the face is getting thinner. Neat. The vanity project. But yeah, so I'm writing this novel right now, and I wrote a novel at around Christmas time. That was Motherfucking Vampire World. I wrote that. Didn't turn out so great. Like, it was alright, but it was not very substantive, and I think the act structure left a lot to be desired. I just should have made more of an effort to figure out the plot ahead of time. That's the kind of novel I start writing it, like, without even knowing what the fucking third act is. And sometimes I am able to figure it out and the third act is great, and other times the third act is just a mess. It's just a bunch of setups, no payoffs. Or, the payoffs just aren't very satisfying. But anyway, the thing... talking about how I suck at writing novels. Anyway, I'm writing a new novel, and yeah, it's going really well. It's really fun. It's an interesting experience, though. I'm at around 35,000 words right now. I've got a word count goal of 1,000 words a day, and that's kind of keeping me diligent about it. Because sometimes when I'm writing something, I'll just take like 4 days off, and I'm like, what are you doing? I thought you were writing a book. And I'm like, and I think it's just procrastination because I don't want to face like the mental challenge of like figuring out how the fuck all these characters are gonna intersect. But anyway, yeah, it's going well, but it's an interesting experience because at the same time that I'm writing it, like in the moment of writing it, I'm having a lot of fun and I'm really confident and I feel like really good about all the things the characters are saying and all the things that I'm saying through the, descriptions and stuff. But at the same time, I'm also like immediately, once I stop writing it, I kind of look at it and I think like, this is kind of like, it's so heavily inspired by just all these different like forms of media that I've enjoyed and some that I haven't enjoyed. It's kind of like it's the kind of project where all of the influences are very transparent. Like you're not sitting there thinking like when a friend of yours sends you his script and it's like basically just Breaking Bad set in his hometown and you're like, so you just really like Breaking Bad, huh? Like, it's not, like, you're not trying to be a dick, but it's just like, there's not much to it besides, like, what if someone who's not normally engaged in crime had to engage in crime to make some money for his family? And, like, it would probably play out similar to Breaking Bad. But anyway, yeah, this book is, it's interesting, because I'm, like, writing it, and I'm having fun, I feel really good about it, but at the same time, I'm aware that it's not very original, and I'm also aware that I'm doing a lot of things that I don't, or things that I've avoided in other projects because I specifically was like, I don't want to fucking write that. In this project, I'm explicitly trying to write that and trying to make it good, which is difficult. It's very difficult. It's difficult to write something that you know you're not good at describing. Or like trying to write a relationship that, you know, feels right in your head, but you're not sure exactly how to articulate it on the page. You're not sure like how much of the information is really working. But yeah, it's best not to worry though, I think, especially at first draft. Don't worry so much about whether or not it's gonna work for other people. Just focus on like, does this feel right to me? You know? And then once I'm done the first draft, I can go through and take out all of the garbage, and hopefully there will be enough left that it still qualifies as a novel. And yeah, hopefully the third act will be good. This time though, I had the third act like in mind before I started writing, which, you know, usually a good idea. Knowing where you're going before you leave the house, not a bad plan. Oh, and I wrote a new short. Oh, the Story Hive short that I talked about in a previous video was not approved for the grant, so that project is kind of just dormant for now. I might do it at some point, but I don't know. I don't have an actionable time frame for that. But I wrote another short that I think is pretty funny, so I'm gonna try to get some people together to make that happen. We'll see. Is that everything? Did I cover everything? Is that all? Everything you wanted to say? Aidan? You good? Mission accomplished? I should cut the end of the video off. Or say something substantive in this part of the video so that, you know, people don't just wait around listening for no reason. Okay, so what's it, what's the novel that I'm writing currently called? I don't know. That's a weird thing. Normally I have a title in mind before I write something, but with this one I don't. Like, I came up with the title Motherfucking Vampire World before I started writing Motherfucking Vampire World. And, honestly, looking back on Motherfucking Vampire World, I feel like you can tell that I came up with the title before the ending. And yeah, now with this book, it's the opposite. I have a pretty detailed idea of how it ends, but I haven't thought of a title yet. So that's something that's on, the main daily goal is, write the book. And over here there's this short that I want to make, and then in the back of my mind, I'm like, I need to come up with a title for the book. I have a title for the short though. It's funny. I think you'll dig it. Well, I know you'll dig it, future Aidan. Future Aidan watching this video. How are things going? How'd the rest of 2018 turn out? Wait, don't tell me. Spoilers.